And that is the end of this edition of Weekending, in which you heard the voices of David Jason, Bill Wallace, David Tate and Sheila Stiefel, and the music of the David Furman Trio. The script was written by Guy Jenkin, John Langdon, Richard Quick, Max Alcock, Roger Waddis, Gail Renard, Tom McGee Englefield, Michael Mahoney and Celia Gouge, Richard Andrews, Chris Miller, Philip Munnock, Arnold Brown, Graham Dakin, Sandra Pronger, Colin Bostock-Smith, Chris Pryor, Rob Buckman and Trevor Adams, Peter Spence, John Macy, Reginald Withers, Gavin Osborne, Max Alcock, Andy Hamilton, George Ball, Mike Rawnsley and Keith Long, Adam Smith-Adams, Simon Rose, Barry Pilton, Peter Hickey, Manny Curtis, Alistair Beaton and Max Alcock. With additional material by Chris Clark Crowther and Clarence Crawley, Steve Sherman, Sean Sarchi and Stella Shaw, Ez Brinsley and Gus Dudgeon, Andy Kilmurray-Foote, Stan Gernhill, Dorothy Grott-Davies, Ian Lomax and Amanda Thruch, Laurie Lucan, Lawrence Lazenby, Lou Lana Laxativeson and Lenny Lowe, Andy Scott Higgis, Mike Goebbels, Gordon Stretch, Frank Gayboy and Les Curbis, Fred Stoops, the Earl of Lichfield and Harry Carpenter, Jaime Bloom, Chris Gonad and Anwar Gaddafi, Elvis Throb, Ernie Spickett's Hathaway and Nina McGall Sips Clarker, Sue Bosanquet, Joe Ruskin, Pete LeDuanier Russo and Eddie Hodd, Rog Snake, Rick McDonald, Sam Quack Alfalfa and John Biffin, Sid Probskin Bayliss, Tudor Drott, Wally Scurfield and the Isley Brothers, Andy Pope, Ian...
Well, we apologise to fans of Weekending for that somewhat unwarranted outburst. In future, the closing credits on Weekending will be kept considerably shorter by reading out the names of the people who listen to it.
And now on Radio 4 we present Weekending, a satirical look back on the century's oldest jokes.
Daddy?
Yes, son?
What's Weekending, Daddy?
Weekending. It's a programme written in a pub by 78 unemployed ex-students, son, which makes fun of the government.
Any government, Daddy?
No, if it's a Conservative government, they make jokes about Mrs. Thatcher being a woman.
Oh.
And if it's a Labour government, they make fun of Dennis Healey's eyebrows.
What sort of jokes about his eyebrows, Daddy?
Well, you know, jokes like Dennis Healey's got big eyebrows, or what big eyebrows Dennis Healey's got, or what are those big tufts of black hair just above Dennis Healey's eyes?
Oh, do they make jokes about the Liberal government, Daddy?
Liberal government? Don't be absurd. What a ridiculous idea, the Liberal government. They'd never think of a joke for a Liberal government.
Oh, Daddy?
Yes, son?
Isn't it about time you started to hit your arm with the newspaper, Daddy?
Oh, yes.
Oh, ow, oh, ow! Oh, that must hurt your arm, Daddy. Oh, ow.
Inflation.
Well, this is it.
This is what?
It.
What is it?
This is it.
What is this? This is it.
This is it.
What?
Inflation.
Well, this is it.
And now here is next week's news.
Monday. Following a report in the early edition of the Campbell and Redruth Packet concerning a woman who was forcibly evicted from a laundrette because her husband, a steel worker, recently made redundant by government cutbacks, had dressed up as a kangaroo to draw attention to the plight of Chilean refugees, a government spokesman commented, "Hasn't Dennis Healey got bushy eyebrows?"
That was Weekending, starring David Jason, Sheila Jason, Bill Jason and Royce Jason. The script was written by Guy Jenkin, Andy Wilson, Andy Hamilton, Clive Anderson, Guy Jenkin, Richard Quick, Guy Jenkin, Jerry Church, Max Alcock,
Stuart Crang, Manning O'Toole, Spurgeon O'Dwyer, Edna Piaf, Cassandra Bogey-Smythe, Guy Jenkin, Tristram Nodworthy, Nigel Situation, Jock Shapley-Carrick, Basil Sponkberger, Harriet Crooklock,
Guy Jenkin Jr., Tracy Gobler, Muscadet Evans, Kirsty Mugabe, Guy Jenkin III, Croydon Flabroll, Dildo Fermanagh, Martin Luther Draining Board, Sheridan Laughing Gear, Vasco Poove Garnish, Guy Jenkin, Gavin Turbo Berlioz, and the producer, Jimmy... sorry, I ran out. Can we do it again?
Well, bless my soul, look what the cat dragged in. Hello, Dennis.
Hello, Harold. Finds a pint.
So I see. Well, I said it at the Brighton conference, and I'll say it again tonight. It's very curious how we keep meeting up in sketches like this one.
It is very interesting, isn't it, how fate keeps arranging these little tete-a-tetes?
You know, looking at it in its historical context, I would say some of the happiest times we've had together have been in these little scripts. In fact, the only happy times we've had together. Cheers.
Of course, it's perfectly obvious why they keep getting us in to do this.
I know what you're going to say. I knew what you were going to say at the Brighton conference.
It's because people can tell who we're supposed to be.
You know, at the end of the day, I believe that is true. When I open my mouth in this way, and I've done it before, this is nothing new. The British people can be absolutely certain that it's Harold Wilson speaking, or Sir Harold, or Baron Hardup of Huyton, or whatever I choose to call myself at the time. And it's the same with you.
Except that I'm Dennis Healy.
Making due allowance for that, yes. But nobody would know Leon Britton, would they? Would you know Leon Britton?
Who's Leon Britton?
Well, there's a rumour he's not Nigel Lawson. Oh, dear. But you could have fooled me.
Who's Nigel Lawson when he's at it? Oh, hello, Jim.
Hello, Dennis. Hello, Harold. You know, Dennis, I think you're the only man in England who says Argentina. The only one. And if that isn't a mark of distinction, I don't know what is. And I'll tell you another thing. I do believe we've got through a whole sketch without bringing that wretched woman in.
I'm sure I don't know who you...
I'll have a large gin and tonic, please. And 3 bright red tomato juices for these.
Our reporter Steve Largesse paid a visit to the offices of Radio 4's long-running irreverent romp through the week's news. Thank God it's Satire Day.
It's 11 o'clock on Wednesday morning, and I'm holding in my hand a blank piece of paper. But by Saturday evening, not only must this page be full of thought-provoking topical jokes, but those jokes must be broadcast on the radio to be heard by us. So, just how is this unbelievable and amazing transformation brought about? Well, I'm here at the Satire Day Writers' Meeting to find out. Well, here goes. Hello! Hello, 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 hello!
Hello! Nice to see you.
So here we are.
Steve, sit down. Meet the others.
Deborah Lindsay is the producer.
Right. This summit conference, guys, any ideas? Martin?
Yeah, Deb, well, I was thinking it through last night. It just seemed to me like quite a clever angle if we sort of took it back to Robin Hood and like we portrayed Gorbachev as Robin Hood and connect that with, like, John Major could be the Sheriff of Nottingham.
Yes, I'll hold on to that, Martin. Richard?
Yeah, I had an idea, actually. What about if we did a parallel with like the Robin Hood story, only taking Robin Hood to be John Major and Gorbachev to be Sheriff of Nottingham? I think that might be a nice little make a few points that way. Yeah.
Yes, I like it. I like it.
And then Mrs. Thatcher could be like Maid Marian, maybe.
That's fantastic. I'm going to go with it.
No, because no.
Friar Tuck could be Willy Whitelaw or something, maybe.
No, that wouldn't work.
Norman Willis.
Maybe. Yeah, but it is. I'll go away and work on it, and then maybe I'll show it to you.
I know. I think the two of you should get your heads together, go down to the coffee bar, talk through, bash it through,
but
come
I'll
back up.
take it away. I'm on a 5-minute commission. If I share it with him, then I've only got 2.5 minutes.
I think we can thrash this through when actually the sketch is written, guys. Shall we?
Yeah, so I'll write it, then we'll thrash it through. Yeah.
Yeah, but I'll do the actual writing, and Richard can like advise. Maybe.
Commissioned writer Martin Longthorpe has been writing for Satire Day for 23 years.
The thing I always like to throw into the pot is the Robin Hood idea. Because I think, Robin Hood, it's endless. Robin Hood will always be there. And so I chuck it in every week.
Well, here we are, 24 hours later. The script has been written, and Richard's Robin Hood sketch is chosen to be performed for the show.
Ha-ha! I am Robin John Major Hood.
Yes, you are so short-sighted. You probably wear some kind of hood.
I rob from the poor and give to the rich because I am completely evil and government is really bad if it's right-wing.
Yes, with you in charge, I doubt we'll win the next election.
Makes you think, Iron Maid Marian. Oh, and apparently there's been some kind of summit this week as well.
Ooh, I didn't know that.
I'd say my ultimate ambition for Satire Day is to bring down the Tories and their shamefaced hypocrisy, but also, and more importantly, I'd like to give old and middle-class people in the South East something to chuckle about on a Saturday night.
Thank God It's Satire Day was written by Larkagin Babs, Gingerly Roundabouts, Polly Pantomime, Stephen Hull Hosiery, Peru, Dick Hickory, Simeon Samion, Beanbolt Bambendy, Lennon Barry Harry Bean, Therese and Tommy Territory, with newslines by Melton Stitt, Massingbird, Gary Riot, Keith Ruhaha, Christ, Lardidar Hardcastle, Engelbert Impromptu, and Fact Portugal.